Yeah, a second ago.
Oh! Tom Emmer takes aim at Gary Gensler. Beautiful day indeed. We have the dark reality of our buying power compared to Bitcoin. Obviously, prices are moving up, but there's something very, very demented going on in the background. Plus, we're going to take a look at some very degenerate altcoins. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement. We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What do you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Over 2 years, he's made like 17K on Roblox. And he's
What?
Like 12.
You never listen to me, and we must be married. Yeah, well, how much are you investing? $100.
400 to 600,000.
Do you
The
think it's so
generational signals are now. Now.
You're spread so thin, that's how you get in on Snake. Snake's been my biggest winner.
Hello and welcome. Joe Biden is joining us on today's special episode of the Blockchain Basement. He is here. It's probably the other words that I'm not going to say because I'll get banned by YouTube, but we're out here. We're out here messing around, trying to dig up a lot of stuff. We have every day, it feels like too much news to go over. So we're going to try our best to get through everything for you guys. Thank you very much for joining us. Everyone out there in the chat. We have Nicole Minis-Tater, Killed by Death, Crypto Stevo, Eric Carlson, Johnny December, Cryptosaurus. I saw Nick Demondi up in the chat as well, hanging out there in Panama. But guys, it's kind of been a crazy day in crypto. Okay, so we've had some ups and downs. The volatility has been very scary to people that are trying to trade this market right now. BJ, though, what are you going to do? You're going to go fix it? All right, cool. Essentially, I don't feel like the big explosion is here yet, you guys. I'm going to show you some charts that are old school reminders about the cycle of altcoins and what to expect for altcoins. I know many people are watching this parabolic increase for Bitcoin and wondering, where the hell is my altcoin? Everything, I mean, we've seen Solana exploding, obviously hitting $130 very recently over the night, but a lot of people are wondering, when Moon, why not yet? So we're going to be taking a look at that. But Hannah, first of all, we got to introduce the cast here, the crew. Hannah, they got a sneak peek of you.
You have to slouch.
You have
right?
to slouch like
There
you
we
usually
go.
do now.
Okay.
If I frame
Yeah.
your camera and you're slouching,
Yeah.
you have to stay slouching.
Bad posture only.
Yeah.
Yes.
Only allowed. How are you doing though?
I'm good.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, I can't complain. Cannot complain. Me and BJ, we're going to be working out more. BJ's hitting the gym with me. We're going to get serious about it. We're also going to be starting a band. So we're coming up with band names. I might go over a couple of my initial ideas. We've been kind of scheming on a band name. I mean, there's a lot to choose from here, BJ. And I know a lot of the chat is helping us in this process.
There's
Oh
no
my
choice
God.
to be made.
This is like Mars on this camera. This camera,
So far.
this is changing.
I
This
hate this
this
camera.
shall change.
I hope Nick's in the chat. Nick, you made the decision for this camera, right?
I don't know, but this is chaos.
It
This
is.
is I
It is
feel
awful.
like we just
Terrible.
really hit a new, and
I
then
blame Nick for this.
well, I mean, wow. Yeah, let's get right into the news here. We got a lot of stuff to cover on today's show, but first, this from Karate. Definitely feeling this post.
Karate.
Told my wife that Fidelity is now saying to allocate 1% to 2% into crypto, and she asked if that's what we're doing.
Hold on, pause. Nick, have you fixed the call-in audio? It always worked.
Oh, we need like an
User.
octopus of listeners because it's chaos when they call in. It
It's
creates
not
an
chaos.
echo.
Yes,
We're gonna fix it. We're gonna build it out because I want people to be able to call into the show. It's gonna happen. We shall accomplish this. I told her, honey, we are 99% in crypto, 1% for grocery money, and I still feel underexposed.
Love.
I very much this hit me right in the gonads. You know, I remember even in the bear market when we were at like $15,000, $16,000, $17,000, I was still 99% in crypto. You know, it's just a sight of me preferring the aggressive savings account that Bitcoin offers me, outside of having my dollar just basically vanish into thin air before my eyes as the government
Bandwidth
laughs.
hat.
Bandwidth hat? Dude, that is a good one.
Put hats on everybody.
gotta write that
Vipers
down.
too.
Oh my
Wait,
God. Bandwidth hat.
That tweet, speaking about on that subject, I took an Uber this weekend and I was talking to my Uber driver.
We might not be doing that for much longer.
Foreshadowing.
Oh my God. I feel like we have to go right into it.
Do it.
Wait. I was talking to my Uber driver and I told him crypto came up. I told him I work in crypto and he said that he has crypto in his 401k at work.
Does he?
Yeah. And he's
Okay.
my Uber driver. So bullish.
Well, I mean, it's coming. BJ, where'd you send me that link? I have a bunch of old links.
I sent it
but
to Hannah. Hannah hopefully sent it to
did
you.
you send it to me?
I'm working.
No,
on it.
she
We're
was-
going to get it ready. We're
she
going to
was
get
too
that
busy
one.
Wait,
staring at her sappy
meanwhile,
seal.
Yeah.
go check the blockchain basement DMs right quick.
Oh,
And I'm sending
okay.
you something else too.
Oh boy. I don't know what to expect here. Hold on. Oh boy.
Should I take it live?
I tried to get this out of you what this is before we went live, so I'm not
I have a
surprised.
surprise. It's the first one. It's the first one.
Okay, we're going in. What is this? Thailand will
This?
ban
No. Before that.
what?
Before that.
Before this?
The message before that.
Oh, you sent me a lot of stuff. Okay. Mog.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God.
Yes.
Am I supposed to take
No
this?
way. Take this. Malik Obama reshared our short talking about Mog the meme coin. This is insane.
Hell
I
yeah.
just saw
What?
that right before we
Oh,
went live.
2,000 views.
He posted it at 1:30. Okay, but listen.
1:30.
Oh, that was okay. Not long ago.
Follow me for more recipes. This
Study
is
TikTok.
yeah. All right, this is good. I'm gonna be very bullish on this.
I'm not bullish on your spelling.
Oh, shut up. You know what? That's what.
that word's hard.
You know, I'm sick of this. This is amazing. Malik Obama, a Trump supporter, Obama's brother. Very interesting.
This has come full circle because in November, I was being shilled Mog in November, and the Mog community was telling me that Barack Obama's older brother, who is a Trump supporter, is in on Mog. They were like, "You need it, like whatever."
This is nuts.
And then today,
This
we've
is
come
nuts.
full circle.
This is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Okay, so bullish on
End the
Malik
show.
Obama.
That was-
I mean, this is
I don't
incredible.
think we topped that.
This is incredible. Wow. We're getting famous. We're getting famous. The channel's blowing up here.
Oh my God. Can we ban Nick?
From what?
The stream.
Yeah.
Just get him out of here.
Look at this. 27.
White
oh
balancing
my God.
isn't too difficult. We have two good ones and a shitty Panasonic.
I can't be here.
You can't fix this camera.
I'm burning. Look at this though. 27,400 subscribers. We're exploding. We had some shorts go off. This holy God, this show is at 17,000 views of Sam Bankman-Fried looking jacked.
Hey.
That is awesome. But big shout out to the community. We are growing like crazy. This is insane to see this kind of growth. Feels really good though. Feeling pretty good here. So now just a quick glance on the old Bitcoiner. We had obviously just a lot of fun with this massive upswing in price. Now we're hitting a little bit of the choppy chop I was warning about. Now, how long it lasts, we still have yet to really determine, or at least myself. We could chop here for some time, but overall, I'm feeling like we're going to be getting close to the previous all-time high, somewhere around the halving. It's about April 20th is when it's slated to happen here. So it's coming right up. It's almost March. The last day. Is today the last day of February? Is it? Are we going to be able to change
Today's
the
the
calendar
last
over?
day.
Today's the last day.
Yeah.
So
This
yeah,
day only happens once every 4 years. Happy
I
leap
know.
day and leap year.
it's a leap year. That's right. Not a big fan. Not a big fan. Got to be honest with you.
It's a special day.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of British Hodl, even though he hates us degenerates here in the altcoin sector, printing W's with lower cap market coins. I like this guy. He has pointed out something that's kind of the dark undertone of what we're trying to outpace, which is inflation. As many have pointed out, Bitcoin all-time high in 2021 was 69K. However, inflation adjusted high is now in 2024 at $78,000. At a cumulative rate of inflation of 13.8%, will not bat an eyelid until we cross the 79K mark for good measure. You're not going to steal something from me in 2021, give it back to me in 24, and expect me to be happy. No smile until Bitcoin crosses 79K. Now I'm smiling. It's okay to smile that we're on our way back, like just a little, a little bit. But, I'm not going to be too exuberant because this is, when you think about it, how am I possibly losing out if the dollar's, becoming worthless? It's a pretty clear and easy statement to make, but people really don't think about it too honestly. Like vehicles were at a much, much different price point in 2017 to where we are right now. A brand new Sequoia, the truck that I'm looking at getting, it's like $120,000. For just a new SUV. So, oh no, RIP Trepe. Did Trepe die? We got to see. Oh, it's coming back down. It's coming back down, BJ. Is this our moment here? Is this our moment? 78.
Sold?
Yes. I want this. I want RIP Trepe. I'm going to be getting this. I'm liking this. BJ, or let me see here. Where's the sticks? Hand me the sticks here. Yeah. Where did they go? Yeah. I think he probably went to go poop. So, let's see here. I want to take this, check this out. 78K market cap. Things drop and still looks like a whale unloaded because there's still 277 holders. This is the chaos of meme coins. But back to this. God, what a distraction. So if our Bitcoin price needs to pass $79,000 to really have the same purchasing power as we had in the previous bull market 2017, this is going to take a lot of work. We're going to run into some basically resistance right around the previous all-time high. I don't think that that's anything that's surprising news to anyone, but watching the value of pork, beef just explode. Like I'm sitting here, adding up the numbers that they're telling me from the government, and it feels like the government's just flat out lying to me. There is no real easing on inflation that I see coming to my pocketbook when I'm going to and from the grocery store, feeding all my kids. The hope is just not there that the government's going to actually fix this problem. So seeing this obviously compounded with the graphs around the world of Bitcoin hitting all-time highs in those sectors, it's just a very telling tale. We had the PCE data came out this morning, kind of a nothing burger around expectations. PCE month over month at 0.3%, expected exactly that, 0.3. Core PCE at 0.4, month over month, exactly what they expected. So pretty much a nothing burger as far as the rate of inflation. Basically, inflation is still going, is still happening. It's not getting worse. That's great, right? That's great that it's not getting worse, but it's not fixed. And I don't think that they have any true intention to fix what's going on right now to the everyday person, you and me. So it's an aggravating situation, I know. And where we are, on Bitcoin and the markets, how they're moving. This is from Ryan Selkis. The last time the fear and greed index was this high was the all-time high in November of 2021. As you can see, greed is at extreme highs right now. That's kind of sketchy. I think, am I thinking about this? We're at an extreme greed because we're just reclaiming those all-time highs, but expect a little bit of pullback. Pullbacks are healthy. They give some ground for consolidation. And if you're prepared for this, if you're appreciating this alpha before it comes so that you're ready, smash the like button and make sure to share the stream out. Get us out on the interwebs even further because even more people need to hear this. We are approaching these, kind of extreme levels. And I do expect a little bit of chop at this point that we're at right now. It's not just straight up and to the right. It's fantastic that we've gotten here before the halving. But, with that, nothing goes up straight forever. So definitely watching out for that. We have JP Morgan warning along these same lines, but I don't think that we're going to go as low as this target. Talking JP Morgan saying Bitcoin price could drop toward 42K after the April halving. So let's check in what these scammers are talking about here. Upcoming Bitcoin halving event scheduled for April could trigger a sharp decline in the price of Bitcoin. According to these analysts, Bitcoin production cost empirically acted as a lower bound for Bitcoin prices. The central point of our estimated production cost ranges standing at $26,500 currently, which would mechanically double post-halving to $53,000. Now, the numbers I came across were slightly different than this. We're counting it in on a American Energy average around 31.5K, thus doubling it to, that above 60, just above 60 level to produce a Bitcoin. So we have to keep this in mind. That's where the juicy squeeze is with Bitcoin halving, is that the less you get, your production is cut in half, thus it's twice as expensive to produce. Pretty simple concept, but mainstream media and major hedge fund managers are just now figuring this out, apparently. However, the analyst said that there's a possibility of a 20% decline in the Bitcoin network hash rate post-halving, primarily due to less efficient rigs exiting mining operations due to reduced profitability. This would consequently lower the central point of estimated production cost ranging to $42,000 based on the average electricity cost. So, that's at least the overall idea and what they're looking at. Not crazy and out of pocket. Like, they're looking at the cost of Bitcoin to produce doubling, but then you have the halving event, and some people are going to be taking some profits as they've re-entered those previous all-time highs, and you're going to see a little bit of a pullback, in my opinion. It's not going to be just a rocket ship straight to 100K. I know that would be amazing, but honestly, what would be more amazing? A little bit of chop, knowing what's coming ahead of time so that you can stack bags of really aggressive projects. Or, basically just having what you have right now and then just seeing this thing fly off into the sunset. It would be kind of, the latter part of that option is less preferable, in my opinion, for sure. So, Hannah, I want to ask you this. Do you think we're going to have a big crash after the halving? Is JP Morgan being too bearish, not bearish enough? What is your take on this?
I think we will. He said 40K?
They're saying 42K.
42K.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be quite that low, but I think we will see a pullback at some point, either before or after. But it won't last.
Yeah. You gotta expect a little bit of pain. It's nothing straight up and to the right only. You know what I mean? That's all you can expect.
I hope so.
Yeah, I do too.
I need to grab.
You need to get more. That's the hope here, is that we're trying to time out the pullbacks, get better positioned. I made a very daring, daunting call, just to remind you of, how I think about these markets and how I move to try to increase my holdings. Over the past, I'll just pull up the year and a half, because that's really just the kind of immediate time frame here. Let's go here. So what I did was I was calling on the channel that I basically tethered up all my Bitcoin and Ethereum right here, because I saw that we were losing momentum. Just is based on the overall money flow and just the larger loss of momentum for Bitcoin and the narrative. Things had kind of cooled down after the banking crisis, yada, yada. So essentially what I did, I'll pull up TradingView so we can see this a little bit better. You can see that I tethered up right here, made the call. Essentially, when this happened, when we punched down to $25,000, about $25,100 to the dot, exactly as we did in this previous one. I'm leaving me out of the way so you can see this. Yes, we were stacking here on top of very old bags, but these entry points were where I built majority of the portfolio. You see it go up to here and you losing a little bit of money flow momentum, a little bit of stuff, punch back down, create this double bottom. And that's how I was calling it from my hillbilly TA perspective. Waited for the altcoin sector to look like it was ready to skyrocket. And instead of getting back into Bitcoin, hammered into Chainlink, Avalanche, ICP in this time frame right here as things started to get heavy. But the main bag was built at that last pulse. And the reason why I'm bringing this up ad nauseum is because you basically need to have balls. You know, you have to have balls if you're going to take everything off the table and expecting your calls to come out. You have to really have some conviction in doing so. So, you know, this time frame, looking at the ups and downs of Bitcoin, it's going to have insane days, up and down by 5%. That's the gut-wrenching price action of the bull market, you know. And right before we had that gigantic spike yesterday and the day before that, we're saying you're going to have $10,000 candle days. They're going to come. They're going to be gut-wrenching. You're going to know that the real bull is coming back when you see those. So just keep this in mind. I mean, we have old school not really money managers, but influencers in finance with some oldie but good takes about Bitcoin. I know Bobby, one of his favorite people is Dave Ramsey. So I saw this clip come on the old Twitter here from Rizzo. Financial expert Dave Ramsey claiming that Bitcoin would crash to zero when it was $500 exactly 10 years ago. You're stupid. You're going to lose your money. It's up 10,000% ever since. I'll see if I can get this. I mean, what a turkey. You know what I mean? Very sad. Very sad. So let's see if I can get this playing here.
Go ahead and, I got all you Iraqi dinar people and all you gold people all pissed off at me. So let's just go ahead and add you Bitcoin people to the mix. You're stupid. You're going to lose your money. Be pissed at me. You shouldn't have put money in something wacko like that. People, money, and handling your personal investments is not difficult. I'll go ahead.
Damn. He's doing an injustice to that Tennessee volunteer helmet behind him.
Oh.
Shame on you, Dave. Shame on you. Don't I have his book that's like a complete guide to money or something like that?
You might. I mean, he's been a big name in finance for a long time. So, you know, it's just seeing these guys that are just sure of themselves. It's going to zero, yada, yada, yada. And here we are, you know, how'd that work for you? Basically, you know, well beyond anyone's largest expectations for Bitcoin 10 years ago. This is the absolute chaos. And then we hit the $64,000 level. Right when that happened, we had Coinbase go down. So this is it. And me and Hannah were talking about this.
Womp womp.
I know. They shut it down right as we hit that high discuss. This is from Duo 9.
You know what this reminds me of?
What's that?
GameStop. A little
yes.
Robinhood situation.
Yes, it does.
I don't know.
Yes, it does.
Maybe I'm being a futter, but
it feels a little weird.
I did not love it.
Well, they reported a lot of usage, obviously. There's a lot of usage, a lot of excitement.
Bullish.
But you would have thought that after last bull market and the system crashed for these reasons, they've had time to fix that.
And they have so much capital.
Right.
I'm like, you guys didn't prepare yourself for like volume.
Right. Like they say that this is coming every day, that TradFi is going to come in, and they don't expect. I mean, they were the custodian for what is it, like 9 out of 12 or 9 out of 13 of these Bitcoin ETFs. So, but in that regard, I don't think that the ETFs are by any means using the standard Coinbase platform that's available to the public. So just seeing this, you know, shut down right at that peak where many people could have sold in profit. 95% of all Bitcoin holders would have been in profit at that exact time frame. Little suspect. And this is another kind of thing. So we're talking about billionaires stashing Bitcoin. This is from Selkis, talking about what the Saudis are buying a massive trove of Bitcoin. We've heard some rumblings about an announcement to come over the year about a nation state that has been secretly buying massive amounts of Bitcoin. And speaking of buying massive amounts of things, what a G, Ziggy XX gifted 10 blockchain basement memberships. Look at Fabio, Eric. What? She's going over. Oh my God, dude. What a G. What a G. Thank you very much. Piccolo Rick's got one. Hot down. This is excellent. But yeah, thinking about this, there's been a lot of rumors about a major player or nation state that's been buying Bitcoin in the background. We talked about Mr. X on the morning show, Discover Crypto, DZ this morning as well. Announced before U.S. politicians, they announced the fact that they've been buying this trove of Bitcoin before they can pass any industry crippling legislation. If you destroy our bags, we're not friends anymore. checkmate. That is a very interesting take, and it's just on the heels of Edward Snowden's words. Put out a tweet on the 28th prediction. Very, very interesting takes here. A national government will be revealed this year to have been buying Bitcoin, the modern replacement for monetary gold, without having disclosed that fact publicly. This is a juicy conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? This is interesting. Let me see if I got your PTZ, Isaac. Let me see. Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There it is. What do you think, Isaac? Are the Saudis stacking?
Yeah.
Or are we lacking?
I don't think we're lacking. We're ahead of our game, but the government always hides things.
Yeah.
So they could be dumping into Bitcoin. But did you hear that Jeff Bezos just sold 8.5 billion of stock in Amazon?
Yes, and he was seen with Michael Saylor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where were they at?
They said it was on a yacht, but
They
I'm
were on
pretty
a
sure it was
yacht.
at an eatery.
Hannah, you know that they were talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah,
You know what
100%.
I mean? Like, they were clearly talking about Bitcoin on that yacht. I don't think Michael Saylor can even breathe without saying the word Bitcoin. So,
Jeff Bezos.
you know, it's kind of hard for me to believe. But very interesting takes from Snowden and Selkis talking about a dark backroom player that is stacking massively before the government can move in with its crippling regulation. Very, very interesting. We also had this, found this very notable. Bitcoin surpassed the Russian ruble to become the 14th largest currency. And I know I'm going to have the people, Bitcoin's not a currency. Bitcoin's not a currency. It's a transfer of value. It's just not recognized by governments across the world because it threatens their power. Okay, so I can understand why you lick their boot. I don't agree with you. I'm just disappointed in you. Here we go. So Bitcoin has enjoyed a massive surge this week amid a massive spot ETF inflow. Subsequently, that continued ascension allowed it to transcend the crypto market, and the asset has now become a competitor to a plethora of global currencies. Very, very interesting. Going on to read, the presence of a dominant spot ETF has ensured its return to 62 this week, not having reached those heights since 2021. This asset is seemingly on its way to its previous all-time high of $68,990. Subsequently, its performance has allowed Bitcoin to transcend its market and compete with some of the globe's most prevalent assets. Specifically, the data has surpassed the Russian ruble as the 14th largest currency in the world by market cap. The recent surge placed it ahead of the global currencies like obviously the Mexican peso, Saudi Royal, Thai baht, and the United Arab Emirates dirham. According to an aforementioned coin market cap chart, Bitcoin is behind the Swiss franc, Australian dollar, new Taiwan dollar, and the Brazilian real. Conversely, Bitcoin continues to climb the list. It will be interesting. The highly anticipated Bitcoin halving event slated for April. It should greatly increase the overall value of Bitcoin and the price even higher. Now, it's incredible. Things are happening very fast and very aggressively for Bitcoin. We have to keep in mind, though, that every tick higher for Bitcoin that it goes, it's one more tick on the clock for the life cycle of the US dollar. And if we see the US dollar go down, many, many nation states will go down with it. So it's nothing that I'm exactly cheering for, because there's a lot of people that are not in Bitcoin yet. And there's a lot of people that still need to hear the message about the power of this system and what they can do with it for their own lives. So it's up to us. Smash the like, get the stream out to the internet so that they can see what's coming. Because, you know, we're not ready for this. We're not ready for the Bitcoin takeover. Not enough people that are just day to day, you know, my neighbors, they're not ready. I try to tell them every day, every chance that I get. I come up here, I do the morning stream, I come up here, I say it every single day, but I still feel like I'm not doing enough. So it's up to us. It's all on our shoulders to keep them in the know. This was jacked up. Hannah, did you see Nigeria's move here? Look at what they did. Nigeria detains Binance executives. You know what I mean? Two senior executives at Binance have been detained in Nigeria as the country cracks down on crypto exchanges, citing people familiar with the matter. Crackdown follows a period after several crypto websites emerged as platforms of choice for trading the Nigerian currency, which has suffered chronic dollar shortages. So, this is a direct play against their currency. They see it. They're dying on the vine. They're trying to retain that control, and it's slipping through their fingers.
And this comes just for a little memory refresher after they banned exchanges.
Yes.
And we found out that like a week prior, a crypto billionaire or CEO of the biggest Nigerian bank died in a helicopter crash in California.
Oh my God, that's right.
And now they've detained 2 Binance employees.
They're killing them off.
Nigeria's scary.
Holy shit.
And their currency is worth nothing.
This is insane.
Bitcoin fixes this.
Bitcoin fixes this. That's right. Here's my doomsday clock for the BTFP end. We got 10 days, 16 hours, 24 minutes, and 9 seconds left until the Federal Reserve rug pulls 190 banks across the United States. It'll be interesting to see if they renew this program. I don't know where BJ was, but he dropped some info that reminded me of a story we covered when it was released. I think the info was released last year, but essentially it's also on the table that there's proposed rule changes for how companies like Lyft and Uber have to report their employees. It potentially could be pushing all of these contract gig type positions onto a W-2 payroll or more just traditional style employee paperwork, which would be awful in my opinion. This is just my shooting from the hip assumption, but a lot of those Uber drivers and Lyft drivers and people that do contract work for these massive firms, they'd be at risk of losing their jobs. And this is the level, these people that work these jobs, us in the middle, lower class, they have to work multiple jobs at a time to keep up with this inflation I mentioned already in this show. And now they're trying to change the rules, all coincidentally on March 11th. So March 11th keeps coming up on the macroeconomic side. It is pretty daunting to think about what are the potentials for that day. Honestly, I'm out here. I'm in my house. I'm 99% in crypto. I'm risking it for the biscuit. So I'm not too concerned about it, but it is something to keep an eye on. So we got our doomsday clock. You can go to my Twitter at Druth Crypto to follow this bad boy. What else we got here? This guy, he just got laughing. Me and DZ were covering this morning. He's just total, the guy that's interviewing him had such a terrible look on his face of sadness when we were talking about Bitcoin. But this is actually a bullish take on the amount of Bitcoin ETF inflows that are still yet to come from the ETFs being released, because obviously we've seen the mainstays like BlackRock, we've seen the mainstays like Van Eck, all the others. They're really been hammering in, but we're going to have a lot more smaller up and coming hedge funds also be essentially more aggressive on their true points and allocations of Bitcoin because they see what it's doing. So something pretty interesting to keep in mind. I don't dive into it too much because it's got a lot more to cover here. This is Tom Emmer. It was a post from just a little bit ago. I'm going to make sure the sound is on here. And this mouse is losing its mind. This mouse is the worst product that Apple has ever done. They plug it in. I'm going to have to go on a zoom in on this. You plug in this mouse on the bottom. You know what I mean? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. You have to have it like sitting up or like upside down. The cord wears out. You'd think this technologically superior company like Apple could come up with a better plug-in than on the bottom of...
You sound like Jim Cramer, but the opposite. What has the Apple mouse ever done for society?
What have you done for me? It's this thing is no good. I'm just going to turn it off. You know what? I'm just going to turn it off. I'm going to get it out of my life. I'm going to ignore it. And hopefully we can get Tom Emmer to turn off Gary Gensler and his overreach on cryptocurrency in the United States. This just broke. You can have a listen. We'll also check out Tom Emmer's Twitter account here in a minute as well, but he's going after it. He is sick and tired of the SEC's overbearing rules that basically stopped us from keeping up with the rest of the world in this transition. Let's have a listen here. Where is this? Yeah, there we go.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I move to strike the last word.
Gentleman is recognized for 5 minutes.
The SEC's Staff Accounting Bulletin 121, or SAB 121, is one data point of many at this point, demonstrating both Chair Gensler's insistence on overstepping the SEC's authorities and his unrelenting prejudice toward the digital asset ecosystem. The SEC disguised this overreaching rule as guidance, circumventing Congress and public input. It did it so it could lock banks out of the ability to custody digital assets. The impact of this illegal rulemaking that's been in place nearly 2 years? Well, first, SAB 121 introduces more unnecessary and avoidable concentration risk into the digital asset ecosystem, making our markets not fair, not orderly, and not efficient. The Bitcoin ETFs are a great example. Not a single bank provides the custodial services for any of the 11 approved ETFs. This is risky. Second, SAB 121 weakens investor protection standards by forcing crypto users to rely on less regulated and less well-capitalized institutions for custody, instead of using the established bank infrastructure. And third, SAB 121 hinders capital formation and global competitiveness because foreign banks are already able to compete in this market and American banks cannot. The SEC's statutory mission is to 1, protect investors, 2, facilitate capital formation, and 3, maintain fair, orderly, and efficient markets. Chair Gensler is violating all 3 with SAB 121, and we must pass this resolution so Chair Gensler's illegal rule ceases to be in effect.
That's what I'm talking about. I like that. One thing that he mentioned was that wishing that crypto was transacted on a traditional banking sector, and that's just the wishes of Congress and obviously American institutional leaders that want people to stay within the confines of the modern monetary theory, the Federal Reserve System. And also, who is Mr. Loudermilk? I have to know. Mr. Loudermilk, standing next to him. We got to do some investigation into this guy.
I love that everybody in the chat is focused
I know.
on that.
And look at how sketched out this guy. He's like, yeah, you see, we can't really see his face. This guy has a very serious face on the side there. So
the milkman.
I love to see it. The milkman. Maybe he's the guy behind Milk on Cardano. You never know. But it is in essence our last chance to stop the SEC from basically crushing you out of the only chance we have to escape hyperinflation, which in my opinion is actually on track to come to the United States. Sounds crazy. So did COVID when I talked about it in 2014. Now, here we are, and things don't seem so crazy anymore. And the more sure of myself I've become over the last decade watching the psyop of this country unravel. So, I do hope that Mr. Emmer has at it with him. I'm going to go to his, I think he tweeted right after. Look at him playing hockey. There we go. Look at that guy. Play some hockey, eh? Unelected bureaucrats have taken advantage of our federal rulemaking process for too long. Our Sunset Act will scale back the number of major rules on the books requiring congressional approval for the rules more than 10 years old. He's getting feisty. You know what I mean? He was almost the House leader as well. Missed out on that. Very sad, very sad. But I'm wishing him well. I do hope that we have more power given to people that are pro-crypto and weed out the old heads that just will not budge on what is coming. So good to see on that. This is Paul Grewal. He's legal for Coinbase. Spent 24 hours in D.C., Washington, D.C. yesterday with each of the 3 branches of federal government, the Supreme Court, the House, and the Senate, and the executive. Biggest takeaway: for every disappointment, there are still 5 inspirations. As much as it can feel otherwise, it's not all broken. So the legal representative for Coinbase is not feeling so great about those meetings in DC, and that's a little concerning. I remember when Brian Armstrong was trying to meet with legislators. I think it was last year and the year before that. He got stood up and made posts about waiting at Starbucks for them to actually make their meetings. They actually ghosted him, didn't meet with him. So I do hope that, I like the ease of use for Coinbase for people coming into crypto. It's like a chance to like get exposure to crypto in an easier way. My guns. I got guns. I don't really have guns. I'm like 6'6". I don't have guns. I weigh 245 pounds though. So I am, getting kind of thick. What do you got, Hannah? I'm going off. Oh, you got guns.
I got some.
You got guns. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, yesterday kind of woke me up. Like I definitely always love Coinbase. I agree. It brings a lot of people on board. It's simple, easy to use, good branding, normie friendly.
Yeah.
But yesterday really
it's kind of eye-opening.
Yeah, it kind of opened my eyes, and I think a lot of other people too, like group chats that I'm in, even people that have been in the space for a long time, they're like, I use Coinbase, like what else should I use?
Yeah.
This is an example from a group chat that I'm literally in. Somebody asked this question and everybody was like, you need to get off of centralized exchanges like now. Like they're like sending dexes, and the person was like, wait, what? And I was like, okay. So now it's time, like people are going to start transitioning and getting deeper into the mix,
Yeah, I mean,
which is necessary.
It's a good entry point. I'm like, that's important to have ease of use. The same thing I was talking to Johnny about BRC20s and, the whole secondary layer of Bitcoin. It just needs to be more accessible to the larger public to really, really take off. And what is taking off is you guys at home supporting us by protecting your NADs. With code basement, click the link in the description. Absolutely killing it. You guys, the support that we're receiving through our community is just mind-boggling, and I'm very appreciative of every single one of you. So if you do treat your NADs with a higher regard, then you may look at, these are $32 a piece, or you can get a pack of 8 for a discount. We have a pretty good discount for our code basement. So make sure, if you want to support us, see us grow, get this message out, protect your NADs. You know what I'm saying? Not a big deal. I think the NADs are pretty important. Now this, protecting our children and their NADs, equally as important. And we have the list of states that have moved to restrict some form of gender-affirming care for minors. This is a large list. I'm very bullish that Georgia is on this. Leave our lovely kids alone. Don't you dare try to mess with the kids. This is an easy hill to die on for me as a father of 4. I will never bow down to a government or even private education, public education, in their nefarious push to confuse the coming generation out of having testosterone, being strong men, or loving, caring women that are also intelligent and provide the most important thing to humanity, which is the birth of new human beings. So don't let that stop, for the love of God. Cryptosaurus, much love from the BTC on Soul community. Our NADs have never been more supported. Fantastic. I love hearing that. But yeah, make sure that you also support the pushback against the nefarious things that are going on in the public and private sector. Here is DeSantis, Governor DeSantis, signing a bill to allow the release of Jeffrey Epstein grand jury documents. So we'll see if we get any more concise information on the exact details that the courts do have on this monumental CIA asset that was funded through JP Morgan.
Wait, this was up to Ron DeSantis?
Well, it's for Florida. I mean, he can sign it up. It's Florida. Exactly. So,
Wow.
Okay,
so are we still waiting on like those 3 numbers?
We're still waiting on a lot, Hannah. We're waiting on the black book. We're waiting on a lot out of this. And he looks disgruntled. Yes, indeed, Zachary Martin. He does look disgruntled. I cannot say that I do not look disgruntled either, though, because, last few years watching the country fall into, as CMG is noting, idiocracy has been difficult. Idiocracy is indeed a documentary that was made much before its time, that along with Demolition Man. So this, I don't know if we should go into this. This is a weird story. I don't know. Let's look at this thing. Hannah, this is going to get weird.
Okay.
Apparent pig butchering crypto scam took down a U.S. bank. Kansas bank forced to close after its CEO allegedly embezzled nearly $50 million. Let's read on here. CEO of Kansas Bank failed in August and is facing up to 30 years in prison after a new watchdog report said that he had embezzled $50 million as part of an apparent crypto scam known as pig butchering. Very, very intriguing. Weird name. Haynes has been indicted and now on federal criminal charges for the embezzlement by a bank officer and is set to make his first court appearance on the 28th. Yesterday, after Haynes initially purchased the crypto with his own money and funds potentially belonging to other entities, the watchdog report said that he initiated 10 wire transfers, each for more money than the last one, and eventually caused the bank to fail. That is some inside baseball right there. Haynes managed to allegedly steal $47.1 million, circumventing the bank wire transfer limits. Prosecutors say the number of fraudulent wire transfers added up to at least 11. And it was found that the internal authorization structure for the wire transfers, as well as his role and reputation, contributed to the employee's reluctance to raise questions on the report of suspicious activity sooner. A lawsuit filed earlier this month claims JP Morgan Chase failed to protect two elderly women from a $2.2 million pig butchering scam that left at least one of the victims in financial insecurity. So, very odd things going on in traditional finance there. Very weird. Very weird. The truth is stranger than fiction sometimes.
This is not real.
It's a simulation. That's really what it is. Do you agree this is a simulation?
It's something.
Yeah. I mean,
something, man.
It's something.
Something.
It's getting weird out there. But here we got this. Alex Walsey. Alt season is the time when millions will be printed. Some altcoins are on the brink of an explosion. He's curated some of the best low caps that may show 10 to 100x gains in the next few months. And this is just showing the overall graph movement. I'll move my face out of the way here so you can see. Just on the similar time frame of what we're following on the altcoin cycle and 4-year cycle, we are approaching the time frame where altcoins will really begin to shine. I know there's a lot of worries that the Bitcoin ETFs are here and how will altcoins ever survive? All the money is going into Bitcoin, and it's a very short-minded. It's a very, think about it, if your mindset changed from being extremely excited about the entire infrastructure of society needing an upgrade because you see it being hacked, you see it going down. It's not a live system that we can build an AI society on. That is clear. It needs to be upgraded. But yet we see altcoins being outpaced by Bitcoin for 1 week, and you think that the entire world's ecosystem won't be needed to upgrade on 100 different specific types of levels with different different blockchains for their specific different use cases. You're kidding yourself. The world is much bigger than just Bitcoin in a store of value, and what we're going through, this data being the new oil, the new gold. Data is the new commodity that is sought after. And, you're going to see that played out in a much larger scale when Taiwan is either absorbed or fought over between the Chinese and the United States. It's coming either way. Either Taiwan's going to be absorbed into China, or we're going to fight over it. If we, choose to just give it up to China, then we have to exorbitantly raise the prices of chips here in the United States because we'll have to nationalize our production of them. We are on track to do so. So it does appear that that's the plan at large, but it's going to take at least 10 years to get up to production capacity to keep the middle and lower class accessing these high-tech new advancements that we got. Like, people don't really realize that there's not, this smart screen explosion that's happening right now. It is my opinion that the elites are worried about the amount of raw materials that they have available to keep these systems for themselves. Now, as the population, we've beyond 8 billion, I believe, there is a supply squeeze on just raw materials in this digital revolution as well. It's a much larger thought, but to kid yourself and think that altcoins are just going to miss out and, oh, it's fun while the fun was good and now it's over. That's a very short-term mindset and not going to make it. I mean, you have to have conviction. You have to focus on where the world's moving at large and then make your decisions from there. So, that being said, God, it's almost 2:54.
Flying by.
It's flying by. Too fast. SBF. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. Thank you, SBF, for the pump.
Yeah. SBF telling his prison guards to invest in Solana per the New York Times. Which
Based.
coin on Solana do you think he's saying, Hannah? Which altcoin is he choosing? Which meme coin? Let us know in the chat too. Which meme coin is she showing? Because I'm thinking his bonk. I think he was like, he got him in on bonk before the big pump.
DZ said he bought one today, a Solana meme coin, right?
Yeah.
There's new ones popping up. I'm bullish on Solana meme coins like for the next few weeks for sure.
There's chaos to be had in them.
I need to go make a list.
Chaos to be had in them. Very interesting. G-Lock, apparently his homie is out of jail now as well. Why in the hell is the episode we made about G-Lock blowing up like that? Like, it's going nuts. It's almost at 20,000 views for a live.
It's because he's wearing the Pit Vipers SBF on the thumbnail.
That's it?
Mog. Get Mog.
Oh my God.
Mog hasn't mogged yet. Also, we could look at the chart real quick.
Oh, we may as well. We got shared by Malik Obama. We damn well better. Unbelievable. What is this?
Chart?
Yeah, we'll go to the Mog chart here. Let's see what we got. Mog. Oh yeah, it's really not doing too bad here.
7 day, 7 day.
Oh my God. Wow. So now's the time where we basically got to back up and look at market cap. $148 million market cap. Whew. How many holders? 8.4 thousand holders, or 8.42. This thing is so. Remember, we were watching this. I was like, all right, Hannah, fine. It's alive right here. We're going to take it seriously. It was creating an actual channel, some reasonable TA. And here we are. So God bless it. Malik Obama.
Bag is like at least doubled.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're feeling good about Mog?
And we're early. We're still early.
Yeah, we are. That's another thing you got to remember. We are very early still. I know you guys, you've been in the trenches fighting through the bear market, but we're still in a good time frame. We are still early. You haven't seen nothing yet, honestly.
Nothing. Also, there's another coin. It's on Solana. I don't want to offend anybody, the name of it, but it's like another Mog Milady esque coin.
Are we gonna offend people with this?
I'll spell it RETARDI.
Oh my God!
Another Solana meme coin that is kind of popping off. If you'd like to have it on your radar, there you go.
Oh my God!
There you go.
I don't know if all right, we're gonna take. So that's as touchy as. That's real touchy.
Yeah.
There. That's really touchy.
Yeah.
You spelled it out. So I think we'll just leave it up to the chat to go source that one. I'm trying to be more family friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to turn a new leaf, be more family friendly.
I don't condone this or
No. I mean, that sounds like chaos. That sounds a little scary.
Mog though.
Oh no. All right. This about 6 Hour. You like 6 Hour?
6 Hour?
I do.
Sour.
I like 6 Hour.
You like 6 Hour?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 Hour.
Let me see here. I'll click your buttons. God,
Click.
there is so many of these.
There's a
so
lot
many
of buttons. Sig.
Why?
Sour.
So what? All right. First of all, chat. Sig or Glock? Let me know. Isaac,
Well, I know
be careful with how you answer this question. Sig or Glock? Go.
Glock.
Okay.
I like Glock, and I know you're a Glock person too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
G-Lock.
Yeah. So okay, but why are you bullish on Sig? What's the deal with
Because
Sig?
they're just. I've shot a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And they're really decent guns.
They are smooth.
They're
smooth.
When you hold them, they feel good. And you shoot them.
I'm an aggressive, toxic Glock maxi.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, like my eyes just opened up a little bit extra. But this is from 6 Hour. I don't wish that governments would be going after really any 2A company. Unfortunately, if you're looking for the shootsig.6hour Instagram account for the new shooting community, you won't find it because Instagram has deleted it. Just more 2A pages, massive companies being silenced by these soft-handed, limp-wristed technological bureaucrats in the background. And even though I'm an insane Glock maxi, I wish Sig the best, because the more people need to, you have to win the war in conversation about the Second Amendment, the importance of the Second Amendment, first and foremost. Like, conversation and culture is really where, a society is built from. And if we're losing the fight for our Second Amendment rights in the culture and ground level, you can't expect that right to exist forever if that happens and it translates. Those opinions grow up, they take positions of power, and then all of a sudden you're having retroactive gun confiscations. You know, we've seen the gun buybacks already, but that's the next step. They have to go confiscate them. And we cannot lose the conversation on the culture side for the importance of the Second Amendment, for the love of God. And, you know, people that don't have the Second Amendment, they can also use farm trucks. This is watching a farmer in Brussels maneuver his manure tanker down the street to shower EU police with literal shit. Quite priceless. The revolution will require police to pick their side wisely. That's a shitty situation right there. That's a shitty situation. So, and yeah, that's pretty nasty. That's pretty, I mean, you can get some sicknesses from that. So, you know, F about and find out. Can't believe Malik Obama. Wow. Wow. What a surprise. What a surprise. But thank you so much, everyone in the chat, everyone watching this stream right now. If you're here, smash the like, share the stream out. I appreciate you. Edward Middleton, Dusto, Nicole Minas Tater, Gonzo Lag, Zachary Martin, Mike Bennett, Bob from Accounting, Killed by Death, Meanless. What's up with the uwoos? C90FTW holding it down for us in the Rumble chat. Appreciate every single one of you out there. You are what makes up this huge community of thought and expression in crypto, and just working together, helping each other out, making sure that we're positioned in the right way for the bull market to change all of our lives. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Go to this horrendous wide shot. Oh, yeah.
It's so bright.
Oh, my God. All
all
right.
the links are in the description.
Yeah.
So go follow all the socials.
Click
for
the links.
Blockchain
I got to
Basement
get off the
Drew.
screen.